deal with it. I want to bring in Democratic Senator Doug Jones of Alabama. And Senator, let me start with your home state. Obviously, we have seen large outbreaks concentrated in different large metro areas. There are, I think, as of now, 68 confirmed cases in Alabama. Are you confident that your state has the capacity, preparation, and sort of awareness among citizens to be able to combat this should there be a severe outbreak?
Yes and no. I think the state is doing a wonderful job of trying to use the resources they got. But just like Governor Brown was talking, we need more resources, too. We need more tests. We need more swabs. We need more PPE. We need all of the same things that other states do. Our governor took a bold step today. I think it was the right step to try to shut down the state of Alabama, essentially. Close the bars, close the restaurants. That social distancing is what is so important as we look forward. You know, we've got 68 or so cases now, and we know that's going to go up. But if we can blunt that curve in Alabama by taking those bold steps now, it'll be a big help.
Well, let me ask you this. We've seen wide, disparate reactions among different Americans to how seriously to take this. Everyone saw the footage of spring break and Mardi Gras and the beach. And you know, everyone has in their lives people, particularly who are 70 and older, they've tried to convince this is serious. Do you think the folks in your state recognize what this is?
Yes and no. There is a lot of people that do. Obviously, as you go back, and I'm obviously in D.C., I hadn't been home since Monday, but from what I can tell, people are doing that. They started doing that. But at the same time, our beaches were crowded with spring breakers. I talked to folks today where we've got officials around the state that still believe this is somewhat of a hoax and not a big deal. I think that what the governor did today was so important because it's telegraphing this is very, very serious. And we're going to have to make some changes because there's some things that have to stay open and do some things to help us get through this. But the fact is, it's a bold, bold step for her. And it was the appropriate step that I believe is going to get that message out.
This Republican Governor Kay Ivey of your state, the Republican leadership in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, outlined some of their plans for this next rescue bill that's coming forward. And there are two things that are notable I wanted to ask you about. One is there is cash assistance, but it would miss about 70 million Americans at the bottom or give them diminished amounts depending on how much they made in 2018 or if they have no tax liability. What do you think about that? Should it be universal? Should there be assistance going to those people, a la some of the proposals floated by your Democratic colleagues?
Yeah, no, I want to look at this. Obviously, one of the problems that we got in the Senate right now is that we've been here since Monday and these packages have been worked on, but we're all just now seeing it on Thursday evening, and that's not the right way to do this. So we're still studying that, and I've looked at some of those, and you know, I want to get the assistance to the people that need it the most. And I'm not sure this bill does that, but it's at least a step that we can talk about. There's a lot of things that we need to be looking at to get our small businesses and into the hands of the workers themselves. That's expanding unemployment compensation. I've got an idea out there that I've talked to some of my colleagues about that folks tend to like a little bit, that we may try to push some, and that is using our payroll system that we've got. We've got companies that do payrolls around the country for these small businesses. Use them, set up a fund that they can draw on because their infrastructure is already there. You could get the funds directly to these people either with their salary or a proportion of their salary very, very quickly if we do. So there's
that's an interesting idea. You want to use the like ADP and these payroll companies as an architecture. Absolutely. As an architecture to essentially give people their wages backstopped maybe by the federal government paying it or providing it in some way.
Providing it. I mean, that is part of the providing instead of this $1,000 check. You provide the fund that will be administered by the Fed, let ADP and these others go into it for their customers. It could be their full salary, but it could be a portion of the salary. You do it in the form of a loan or you do it in the form to make sure that it's a loan right now, but if they bring these people back to work, that loan's forgiven. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but that infrastructure is there that we could do something very quickly if we work on it.
All right, Senator Doug Jones, a busy man in a Senate that usually isn't busy, but is now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to be with you.